I have not been, I'm not really up to it, reading speeches. So just let me express what is in my heart, always. Maski saan, kung ano lang ang nasa bitoka ko, na if you want to hear, fine. If not, so be it. Itong Mamasapano, I would like to lay the predicate. I will address myself to former President Aquino. I do not have any quarrel with you. I do not want to disturb your life now that you are retired, and so with General Purisima and the others. Makakilala po tayo. Not really kaibigan because the few times that we met when I was mayor. I do not want to pick a fight at this time in my life. Although ito ng aking it's a one-shot deal also. I am no longer a politician, but just a worker in government, period. Wala na akong, I'm not going to campaign for anybody. I'm not trying to raise somebody else's, well, whatever. Pero ang gusto kong sabihin ng mensahe kayo, because this happened during your time. And there were a lot of investigations from the lower house of Congress, the Senate, pati ho sa inyo, opisina ninyo. But all of these investigations, unfortunately, left a void. Kasi alam ho ninyo, just let me also, I am not the brightest of the lawyers, but you left sa yung investigation, maraming issues na tanong that's hanging. And unless we address the issues and find the reasons why, then makapaghinga na ito ang pamilya ng SAF 44. Otherwise, they will bring to their grave the hurt and agony that they had to endure losing a husband, a father, a brother. Kasi ang investigation kasi, you could have completed it. You could have just simply say, ako yung gumawa nito. Ako yung nag-order. But I left it to Purisima to do the direction. But I made the crucial decision, and maybe along the way, I was also giving my inputs with the sense of being in charge, the highest official there. Kung nilabas sila ninyo at ang sekreto why, because maraming tanong Na si lawyer, tama yung sinabi, and I'd like to adapt the same question. Bakit pinadala ang SAF? When SAF is geared, organized and geared into the service to meet the challenges of urban terrorism. Urban is urban. Dito lang yan sa siyudad. But maybe on a special occasion, sent to augment the armed forces of the Philippines. Yung terrain doon, hindi alam ng pulis. Bakit karaming divisions doon halos, ilan ba? Almost ilang brigade na doon. And they are practically surrounding the Mamasapano area. Bakit hindi nyo ginamit ang army? And why was it under wraps? At bakit niyo tinago na actually it was an operation of the CIA? Kaya totoo, at far from the highway, nandoon yung chopper. And you had to delude the nation that after the Marwan finger was cut, it was delivered dito sa Krami for the forensics. When as a matter of fact, yung helicopter na yun ang nagdala doon sa just for validation to confirm that it was indeed Marwan. Bakit nyo tinago yun? And why the police? Why not the army with the artillery? At bakit kayo pumasok? Because under the agreement, if you want to arrest a criminal, not rebellion connected, you have to inform the MILF. Kung pumasok kayo doon, it was really a violation. That is why na-stymie kayo. And ma'am, si Delis, I do not want to, belabor. Ikaw yung peace negotiator. And para sa akin, ikaw yung nagpigil kay Pinoy na wag because war will break out. Because then you have violated the agreement that you should not enter MILF territory. Bakit din nyo sabihin, kaya kayo pinigilan ninyo ang air assets? There is Davao City, it's about 40 minutes away. Then there's the Awang and there's the Jansan, Tog, Kasap. The fighting started in the wee hours, in the dawn of the day, until midnight. Bakit ni isang racket lang naman ay wala kayong hinulog? Ano said na wag kasi we will break. So why did you enter into an operation which was really placing in jeopardy the lives? Because at the end of the day, you would have decided not to send in. Kayo nagputukan na pinigilan ninyo because alam ninyo, and alam ni Delis that you have violated. And kung ganon, inisip ninyo hindi inyo kaya uli. Because then, war would be declared. Yan ang nangyari. So where's the 5 million? Bakit taguin yung pera? So the 5 million went to whom? To one man? Okay. But tell the truth. Ilan pa naman yung 5 million o 25 million dollar? Sa isang buhay ng tao. Total government can always answer for that if anything goes wrong. But who was so interested in the money? That gamitin mo ang pulis. Kaya ako na mayor, nagalit ako. And Mr. President, in that meeting, I do not want to insult you. President Aquino, I'm just telling you the truth. Para sa, matapos na nga ito Matapos na ito, I will begin with my statement. Remember that day, I was also in Zamboanga. You arrived there because there was a bombing the previous day. Or was it that day? Ako, I must tell you the truth. Wala nang pakurnihan. I was there to campaign. But you knew of my presence. You requested Rojas to call the police to contact me to go to Andrews Air Base. Then you requested me to be brought into the command conference. Alam ko na something was wrong. Yung katabi kong general, binulungan na ako. Something horrible happened. At kayong dalawa, sabi ko na ito para lumabas na. Kayong dalawa ni Rojas, I've said about 4 times, there was always, we were not talking about anything. By the way, yung nandoon tayo sa command conference. You went back and forth doon sa kwarto na maliit sa where Then I could, alam mo, hindi naman tayo bata So hindi rin ako magano, but I've been trained to watch the demeanor of persons. Trabaho ko sa korte yan. Every time that you went out of that room, I could see in your faces I cannot describe. Ayaw kong insultuhin ko kayo, but I could sense that something was really, really, really bad happened. Alam mo, Mr. President, ganito yan. Nung nag-upo ka, at medyo nalaman na ng lahat, ikaw, Rojas, si Bing Climaco, mayor ng Zamboanga ako. Yung aide ko si Bong nasa likod. Pero yung umupa ka tapos sinabi mo doon sa isang general, kung ikaw ang nandoon, anong dapat gawin? You know, Mr. President, I will not characterize your behavior. But you have noticed that I just stood and I said, Mr. President, medyo hilong-hilo pa ako sa biyahe. Can I beg the indulgence to leave? Bakit? Patay na tapos may tanongin ka ng isang general na anong dapat mong gawin kung nandoon ka? I was really sorry to say. I'd be honest. And you can criticize me for this or whatever. This is a democracy and you can also... I was really pissed off. Sinisan ko yung si Bong, sabi ko, umalis tayo dito. By the... Patay na lahat, mabuhay. Mabaho na nga eh. Tapos sabihin mo, isang na, kung ikaw ang nagpunta doon, remember mo kung sino yung general na tinuro. What would you have done? Ano dapat anong gawin mo? So, una-una, you have to answer to the nation, bakit ang police? What's so special about the police action? And why was Purisima at that time already suspended? Hindi mo mabula kasi tinanong ko lahat yung mga opisyal. Tinanong ko, sabihin ko, halika dito. Sabihin ninyo sa akin ano ang nangyari. Totoo. They were taking orders from Purisima. Obviously, under your authority. Kasi kung si Purisima kasi noon, nakadikit na agad ikaw. Because you were so dependent on Purisima for everything, and you even forgave him for all of his sins. Sa corruption. Ayaw kong buksan yan. If I want to dig, I will dig. But I will not look for cases. Ikaw, General Purisima, hindi tayo magkalaban, pero do not, alam mo na, isang katutak rin ang kasalanan mo sa pulis. And even sa corruption. But I can assure you, that will never happen to me. Hindi tayo papayag. Hindi ko bastusin yung mga pulis. But I do not even ask or plead for their loyalty. I do not need it. I am just a worker in government. Mga military, pag ayaw nila na sa akin, bahala kayo. Just say the word. Pati na may bata-bata. De La Rosa, kasi yan ang kilala ko. Koy was also my chief of police noon. Nauna lang si Lito. So these were the guys that to me were honest and can be trusted. Ayan silang kinuha ko ng, hindi man ako national. So ang ibang police, sorry na lang. Because hindi kita kilala eh. Yung mga kilala ko lang, itunuro ko doon sa gobyerno, no? Whom I can trust. Pedea is Jardel Lapena. He was also the chief of police. And he was my choice RD nung panahon ni Arroyo. Yeah, kasi kung hindi ito masagot, putang ina, walang katapusan to. every now and then I get letter, makita kung saan ako mayor, and then they would confront me. It bugs me really, because that is something which I am not responsible for. And yet, I have to answer this question because I am now what used to be you. At kasalanan ko, hindi. It is now, it behooves upon now for me to find out. Let it be brought to the open. It was an American adventure with the cooperation of some, and apparently with your blessing. Sinabi mo, pawis na pawis ka sa TV. And you were so stressed, and I said, kasalanan ko yun. But it is not enough. Sabihin ng Pilipino, sabihin mo sa akin kung paano ka nakasala. At anong ginawa ninyo? Bakit you fed the soldiers to the lion's den to be eaten by death? Kung isa, dalawa lang sana, then I could just say, you know guys, that's the life of a soldier. Wala naman, do not expect that you take your oath as a young man and you're assured of a retirement alive. Along the way, you have to face so many challenges. And if by chance, hanggang dyan lang ang destiny mo sa buhay, then so be it. Binili ninyo. Pero okay lang yan. Everybody is willing to die for this nation. I'm willing to die for this nation. And not because I want to show off that I'm brave, no? Not that's nothing to do with it. It's something to do with just being a Filipino. And if you are called upon to die for your country, then it's going to be an honor for me. We were not all given the chance like Rizal to die honorably, being shot for the values that he stood for our country. I wish we could have that opportunity, but we don't have it. But at least we must be ready to face when the moment comes, especially if it is in the service of the nation. What went badly, horrible result was, hindi kasi lumabas ang totoo eh. Napenas or at saka yung, so they're asking, bakit dalawa lang ang valor? Yung lahat naman yung namatay. Nagpaputok rin. Of course, they had the enemy on the crosshair of their. They directed the direction of their arms in the line of fire. So, I am asking De La Rosa, to this new guys, Lito, study the matter very carefully. And look, you know, if it's sauce for the gander, it should be sauce for the goose. Oh, Pilipino, patay yung patay. So look into it. I'm directing you now. And give me the result within, probably at the end of the month. Total, nandyan na yung records. Na kailangan mag-investigate. Look at the records of the Senate and everything. And if you think, as a soldier, that the 44 deserve the valor, then recommended, and I would give it to them, all of the soldiers of the 44.